These are the top 4 cornering skill killers and how you can stop them. This video is for you if you love cornering, but you hate having to grab the brake in every corner. You feel frustrated that the bike is standing up on you. And no matter how hard you try, the bike washes out on you. I'm here to fix that with you today. Let's dive right in. Now, go ahead and watch this entire video because if you just watch pieces of it, you're going to miss something that's critically important. I promise you I'll help you nail these techniques in a short amount of time, especially if you have limited time to practice. Skill killer number 1 is we are not going to drop our outside foot. Hear me loud and clear. And I might get some hate for this, and I'm going to get a whole lot of reply guys in the comments going, you got to drop your outside foot. It's just not true. What you need to do instead is create what I call a floating of the feet. So floating the feet instead. Now, here's the thing. The people who are telling you to drop your outside foot are not wrong. They're definitely not bad people. And it's not even, frankly, bad advice. It's just Ozempic in a world of fitness, okay? And I say this specifically because of a couple different reasons. If you drop your outside foot, physiologically, what happens is you move from having a platform that you're standing on to balance while you're cornering to having one point of balance through the strongest part of your body, which is your legs. Now, here's the deal. If you have one point of balance, that's less than a wide, large point of balance with 2 feet on it. What does that do? It means that it's more difficult to balance. It means that, which is fine. If you're just cornering around a flat turn, it's not a huge deal. However, if you are struggling to feel comfortable on the bike, you will get a little bit of comfort out of dropping your outside foot because it opens up a very easy to move inside move. So a lot of coaches and a lot of instructors will just kind of give you the Ozempic, like, here, take this pill, it'll help you. It will help you. The problem is as soon as the trail has a rock or a root in it, or as soon as the trail starts going downhill and you have to brake, or as soon as you do anything like a real mountain bike course, like an enduro track or a downhill track, dropping your outside foot is a horrible idea. The truth of the matter is that if you drop your outside foot, it will let you move and lean the bike easier, which again is a very, 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 very basic way to do things. But as soon as you get that, you're going to basically graduate into a new level of frustration. And I'm here to stop that for you. That's why I put this one first. Now, how do you float the feet? How you float the feet is very, very simple. You're going to have to do what I talk about in my other videos, in the beginner basics video here, a pedal press. The pedal press, it's just like it sounds. You're taking your pedals and you're pushing them away from each other. By doing this ever so slightly, now for those of you who've been following the channel and you've done the pedal press and it feels good, again, you just got to turn the thing on. You don't need to go crazy and like super press your pedals away from each other, 400 pounds of force. No, just chill. It's a little bit of a pedal press. What that does is it gives you a platform that you can stand on, and now you don't have to rest on your arms. That's critically important for cornering because, and there's a lot of, again, here's the reply, guys. I hear them. They're amassing a giant army outside of my garage here in South Carolina. They're like, kill the beast, kill the beast. Look, I'm not even a beast, guys. I'm 6'3" and I kind of look like a wiry, tall dude. So you got the wrong enemy here. What you need to do, it's very simple. You need to get to a place where you can float the feet, and that starts with creating a balanced platform to stand on. It's not that hard. So here's the truth. So many riders are going around trying to corner, standing on one foot, or they don't know how to create a platform with which to stand on when they're riding on flat ground. So therefore, when they get into cornering, that very little balance that they have goes completely out the window. So if you don't have this, good luck. You absolutely will not feel comfortable cornering no matter what. You have to create this platform to stand on first. And then how you test this platform is just while you're standing up tall, just wiggle the bar side to side a little bit and see how the feet kind of move like this under you if you do it right. All you're doing is, again, just wiggling the bar side to side. When you feel this, again, it's very, very, very simple movement. And you also should notice that the arms move very freely. You can almost let go of the bars if you wanted to. And this allows you to move all of your influence to the bike towards the feet. And why this is so important, again, is your feet and your legs. They're stronger than your arms. You don't want to be leaning on the bars and influencing the bars through a locked upper body. Which brings me to skill killer number 2. Skill killer number 2 is everyone's going to tell you to do a body position, get low or get this or get that, or move your torso here or that. And even I do tell riders that too. It's true. The fact of the matter is that To really ace cornering, we need to move from the outside to the inside. Okay, so I recommend instead doing the inside out approach. And what we need to do is we need to be able to hold the torso up using our core muscles. Again, don't lean on the bars because we have no support in the core. Instead, be able to bounce on top of the bike and move the hands freely because we're supporting the torso with the core. I'm going to say it again. If you can't support the torso with the core or hold your body up using your core muscles, then you will not be able to corner at any kind of level that feels comfortable at all whatsoever. And the reason why is because if we just perfectly copy a body position that you get from an instruction video or from a course that you take or something like that, you can perfectly copy the body position and you can do it using the wrong muscles. And when we use the wrong muscles, what happens is we go out to the trail, we put our body in the correct position and we say, we did it. And then it feels off. Now, the reason why it feels off is that you're actually riding around a corner using muscles that are locked. And what we do is we create an interface between the bike and the body that's locked. And when you lock, if anything happens to that unit of the bike and the body, so maybe there's a bump in the trail or the corner starts tipping downhill ever so slightly, or maybe it's a flat corner and there's a little bit of a loss of traction, every little thing that happens will completely throw you off balance. Let me say it again. When we have a locked body, when there's a locked interface between the bike and the body and we're just holding the body position, then everything that happens on the bike gets transferred into the body and we go off balance as a unit of bike and body. And nobody talks about this. It's actually kind of infuriating because it's kind of like a bunch of high schoolers going out to talk to women. It's like, or girls, I guess. It's like talking to girls in high school. It's like, hey, Bob, go tell her you think she's hot. And it's like, look, the raw confidence you have as a high schooler, as a guy going to approach a girl, and the girl's she has zero idea what's happening. She's like, oh, he likes me, neat. It's like, she doesn't know that you actually just play video games 23 hours a day. She doesn't know that. She has no idea that you're not a man yet. She just looks at you and she goes, oh, he's giving me attention. That's why you won. So it's like, that's what copying the body position is. It's just like, yeah, you went up to the girl and you said something to her with, you just don't know that you're not confident, so you're confident. Yeah, like try meeting a real woman of value and using that technique on her. She's going to see right through you, and that's exactly what the trail is doing to you too. Now, again, I'm not picking on anyone here. I'm actually talking about myself because I avoided talking to girls completely. That's how I managed to get through that time in my life. I just didn't talk to them. Good on me. Worked out fine. Ended up getting married, been married 10 years. So, hi, honey. Anyways, that's number 2. And can you guys see how this is different from just looking at an approach of, okay, I need to hold my body position this way, and why that doesn't work, especially if you're an intermediate rider. All right, before we go on to number 3, I want to dig in a little deeper and actually give you something to do to help you with supporting the torso with the core. And it's called a horse stance hold. I talk a lot about it on the channel. Look, it's not the end all be all move that's going to get you there, but it is a good beginner thing to do. Take the 5 steps out. Go ahead and get into the horse stance hold. And what this will do is it'll force your body to hold your torso up using just those core muscles where you can't cheat as easily. All right. Now this little exercise will kind of show you, oh my gosh, I can't do the horse stance hold. Okay. That's why you can't corner. It's because your body is locking, because you're compensating, because you can't hold your torso up using your core muscles. It's that simple. So work on this exercise a little bit. It can help some. It is a good exercise to do. Now that you can hold your torso up with your core, let's move on to number 3, and let's do what I call the Haka Hunter, okay? The Haka Hunker. I can't even say it right. Now, I want you to forget what everyone else has been telling you to do. A lot of folks will say you need to bend at the hips, you need to hinge over, and nobody's wrong with this, but that, again, we're moving from the outside to the inside, and what we need to do is called the Haka Hunker. Now, what is a haka? A haka is a dance performed by some pretty awesome sports teams that are like Maoris, and they're like native tribes. And why I want to bring this up to you is because of how this works. So what this is, it's a dance. It's like a show of aggression. It's a show of emotion from the inside out. And what I don't want you to feel like you're doing is like, oh my gosh, I have to be emotional on the bike. That's not the point. The point is I want you to use the energy and the intention of the cornering to open the body, not close it. Now, if you watch a haka, you can just watch this really quick right here. Notice how the bodies of the people doing this, how they're very open. Like literally, physiologically, the chest is open, the sternum is up. Even when they're squatted down, they have an open stance. In other words, the sternum lifts forward and up, their bellies are out, they're here to go like this. That's what we want to do on the bike. And what we want to do is we want to get very, very low on the bike, but not hunch over. We're not just hinging at the hips. We're not just squatting down. We're not just lurching forward. What we're doing instead is we're holding the torso up, like we talked about in the first couple here. And what we're doing is we're supporting that torso, and we're doing it in a way where we also open the body up. Why this is so important is because if we just copy the body position talked about on other channels, the problem is you're going to get into that position and then your body's going to lock because we're hunching over, we're tight, and you won't be able to breathe. Believe it or not, being in a position where your body is comfortable and able to breathe is really, really important while you're mountain biking. Surprise, you're doing an athletic thing, and if you're not able to breathe, then good luck. I mean, being able to navigate around a turn going 20 miles an hour just won't work. So what we need to do, again, is do the Haka Hunker. Open the body up while we're getting low. And all these things work. It kind of doesn't matter at this point because you've got so much of the fundamentals and the first principles right that if you just kind of do the move in the right way, then everything kind of falls into place. So what's really cool about this is that you can be great at cornering and frankly not even nail everything perfectly. It's just if you get the inside right, the outside tends to follow. I mean, think about it. This is what can allow you to almost immediately snap into cornering when it's maybe never worked for you before, or you've been riding for 20, 30 years and cornering has always been a little uncomfortable, but you've gotten away with it. This is what fixes it. So try this out. Go out to a field, go to a parking lot. And what I want you to do is I want you to go and get your torso, again, open and low. Make sure you're supporting that torso with the core. You got your feet level. And then what I want you to do is just tilt that bike over. Tilt it over as much as you possibly can. Play with the up and the down, how much torso is low. Play with how much you're tilting the bike over and just watch the bike corner under you. It's amazing. And again, I would recommend probably trying this on a very consistent, very grippy surface at first, so we don't have to worry about traction. So you don't have to worry about all the other factors and you just get practice feeling this out. Now, for some of you, you may find that dropping the dropper is really important. For some of you, you can pull this off with a little bit more of a hip hinge. I don't even care. I've actually practiced this for months at a time doing both, where I just drop the hips down and I keep the torso up high. I've practiced this where my legs are quite a bit longer and I've bent my torso over and hinged at the hips a little bit more. And this technique works both ways. You got to give it a little bit of body language to, work the body into some cornering positions either way, but what's so amazing about this method is that you can do it with whatever technique you're comfortable with. And frankly, if you're a racer trying to win races, we probably want to get our torso a little bit lower if we're downhill racers, enduro racers. And hey, if you're just trying to have fun like me in this video right here, it's okay to have your torso up a little bit higher so you can whip it around and do it the cool way. So have some fun with this one. And again, the point is once we get low and open, then we're able to lean the bike. Okay, so once we're low and open, we can lean the bike and actually do the cornering. So let's bring it all together with number 4. Skill killer number 4. It's short, it's sweet, it's simple. It's a forced lean. That means when you take your body and you do a really awkward lean of the bike and you get the lean, but you do it in a way that creates a massive disconnect from the upper body and the lower body and the bike, and it just automatically makes everything feel weird. So why this happens, it's very simple. It's because of all the other 3 things we just talked about, those are not in place. So if you fix them, this naturally usually will fall into place for you. So, congratulations, you're in the right place if you really want to fix this. But this last piece, some people just aren't comfortable leaning the bike over to get that nice carve around the turn. So let's go ahead and fix this right now. It's very simple. And what we want to do is actually the seated twist. So follow along, I'll show you exactly how to do it. The seated twist is a move or an exercise, a drill to help you lean the bike without it being awkward. Okay, so I demonstrated a second ago how to kind of throw yourself off balance and make it kind of where I've seen a lot of riders just move in a way that doesn't really help you turn, but you're getting the lean thing checked off. Okay, so we're gonna bring it all together. All you need to do is go find a chair or a seat or something like this. And optionally, if you have a set of bars or like a stick about the same size as some handlebars, grab those two. What I want you to do is just sit down in a comfortable position. You don't have to really overthink this. And then what I want you to do is twist starting from the hips and looking where you would be turning as if you're on the bike. Now, why this drill is so important is because it shows you that your body can move a certain way while you're on top of the bike. And the fact of the matter is that when you are turning, you are carving. And when we are carving, our feet are going to be pointed in one direction, our torso is going to be pointed in another. And this gets you comfortable making this kind of move because it's not just about leaning the bike. What we're actually doing is moving in two different planes. So what's crazy difficult about this, and for those of you that know anything about like anatomy or kind of how that works, we have the sagittal plane, we have all these different planes of the body, and we're moving through like the axial plane, the sagittal plane. We're moving in all the planes. And so you have to kind of practice this off the bike a little bit to make it comfortable. Now, once you've gotten this down a few times, I want you to get on the bike, get in that position that's very comfortable, nice and low. Now, once you get on the bike, it's going to be really amazing if you build up all four of these skills one by one, starting with the pedal press. If you got that nice platform to stand on and you're floating the feet level with the horizon, then you're going to be able to have a lot of balance fore and aft. Second, you're going to have the inside out approach mastered, and you're going to feel a sense of just easy pressure going into your feet, and you're not going to have to lean on the bars anymore, which means that you're going to have better balance. Now, the third thing that's going to happen is you're going to have an open anatomy. You're going to have, again, the sternum relative to your spine is going to be able to lift up, and this allows you to move your arms easily, and it allows you to breathe. It allows you to just kind of operate the upper body independent of the lower body. And what does that mean? Now we can do this seated twist while you're standing on the bike in the middle of a turn. And what it does, it allows you to move that bike way down, and you can carve like crazy with this technique. It's pretty amazing. Now, a couple of things I wanted to also mention to you that can help accelerate your progress with how this works is, number one, you always want to make sure that you can breathe. Okay, make sure that you can breathe. So while you're on the bike, if you're about to go into a corner, just check in and make sure that you can expand your chest, make sure that you can expand your diaphragm. And you might even notice that if you're hinged over, then your sternum isn't going to go up. It's going to kind of go forward and down a little bit, but relative to your spine, the sternum should feel like it's kind of almost lifting away from you and making space for your heart. That sounds fluffy, don't it? You know what I mean? It's just really something that allows you to breathe. And when we breathe, we physiologically relax. And when we're relaxed, we move more fluidly, and it's a lot more fun. And our buddies look at us and go, dude, I don't know how you get all the ladies, but man, that's some good cornering. Again, one of the side effects is having a beautiful wife when you learn how to corner. So again, just super complimenting my wife. Love you guys. But yeah, I'm just going to stop. So another quick tip for you when avoiding these skill killers for cornering is that a lot of times people overthink it. And one of the things that we can do is go back and deconstruct. Okay, if you're not feeling this, get that field, get that parking lot, and practice one at a time. Can you keep your feet level with the horizon? Number two, can you support your torso with the core? And again, if you're cornering maybe where it feels poor, it doesn't feel good, just do one of those things at a time and practice it until you get it, and then layer one on top of the other. Now, once you've gotten all these together, I promise you this is going to help you pretty much immediately get cornering. I think I'm the only guy on the planet talking about how to corner using certain types of muscles and different random things like that. So the one thing I'll ask you, if this resonates with you, if you like this video, hit the like button below. When you hit the like button below, what that does is it shows this to more riders who we can really help. And again, the reason I need your help on this is because we're on a mission to help 10,000 riders shred with confidence and work with us personally. Now, I'm not talking about subscribers. I'm talking about, I want 1 million subscribers. That'll be fun. I want 10,000 riders to be able to work with us personally. And for that to happen, I just need more people to see these videos. And the only thing I can really ask is just go ahead and hit the like button. let other people see this. The algorithm it's a thing now. So appreciate you all. Thank you so much for watching this video. That's all I got for you today. Check out some other of my videos on a little bit more specific how-to body positions here, as well as I've got another cornering video that got quite a bit of good press. So check that out above, and I'll see you on the next one. Peace.